as Manchester United continue their long-term rebuild under Ruben Amorim in the Premier League. Bolstering their frontline remains one of the club's top priorities. With Victor Gyökeres recently snapped up by Arsenal and doubts still lingering over the ability of Rasmus Højlund, the Red Devils may once again turn their attention to the European market. While the club's recruitment department has often been accused of a scattergun approach in recent years, their latest reported target signals a more considered approach. The forward in question fits a very specific profile: quick, technical, versatile, and has been touted as one of the most dynamic attacking talents to emerge from France in the last 5 years. At his best, he bears a striking resemblance to a player United fans once believed would lead the line for a decade: Anthony Martial. Man United pushing to sign their new Martial. Randal Kolo Muani may not have the same reputation that Martial had when he arrived at Old Trafford in a £36 million deal as a teenager, but their stylistic similarities are striking. Now, according to Italian outlet La Gazzetta dello Sport, Manchester United are closely monitoring his availability, with the Frenchman reportedly valued at €45 million, £39 million, a price point that could be seen as a bargain for a 25-year-old forward entering his prime. It's said that, amid interest from Juventus, the Red Devils are making a push to sign the forward this summer. Kolo Muani versus Martial in stats. Like Martial in his early years at Monaco, Kolo Muani combines flair with functionality, thriving in systems that allow him to exploit space and behind. After a stellar season at Eintracht Frankfurt in 2022-23, where he netted 14 goals and provided 11 assists in 35 Bundesliga appearances, Kolo Muani earned a high-profile move to Paris Saint-Germain. Despite the excitement surrounding his arrival, his first year in Paris didn't live up to expectations. Minutes were hard to come by in a star-studded PSG side, prompting a loan move to Juventus in the second half of last season. Although initially underwhelming to new manager Igor Tudor, Muani forced his way into the starting 11 and quickly became one of Juventus' most consistent threats. It's no surprise, then, that Kylian Mbappe has spoken highly of him. He is very complete. He is a striker who offers different game options to our team. Juventus want him back, but financial constraints may force them into another loan. For United, he represents the kind of dynamic striker they once thought they had in Martial. At his peak, Martial was a hybrid forward who operated equally well off the left wing or through the middle. In the 2019-20 season, arguably his best in a red shirt, he racked up 23 goal involvements, demonstrating sharp movement and a refined touch in the final third. Kolo Muani matched that output during his breakout year at Frankfurt, tallying 26 goal involvements in the Bundesliga. According to data from FBref, while Martial edged Muani in terms of shot accuracy, 48.1% versus 40%, and passing volume, 19.9 passes per 90 versus 14.3, Muani outshone him in areas that reflect a more direct style of play. He averaged more successful take-ons, 2.43 versus 1.71, completed longer progressive carries, 78.3 yards versus 65.4, and recorded slightly more shot-creating actions per 90, 3.59 versus 3.43. A carry is considered progressive if the ball is moved towards the opponent's goal at least 10 yards from its starting point or is carried into the penalty area. These are numbers that show a player comfortable taking responsibility and carrying the ball from deeper zones, particularly useful in transitional systems. Muani isn't just fast, he's intelligent in how he times his runs and interacts with teammates. This blend of pace, sharpness, and awareness is what once made Martial so special, and why Muani might be United's best shot at rediscovering that blueprint. Kolo Muani wouldn't arrive as a guaranteed starter as long as Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee remain in the picture. However, he'd offer genuine rotation and potentially even play alongside one of them in a two-striker system. At a similar price point as his fellow Frenchman, the PSG outcast would offer a higher work rate and a better injury record. With Juventus still locked in negotiations with PSG and needing to sell before they buy, United have a window of opportunity. If they choose to act, they'll be signing a forward who not only fits the club's new, data-driven recruitment model, but one whose skill set mirrors a player fans still wish had fulfilled his promise. Kolo Muani may never become the next Marshall, but with the right coaching and system, he might just surpass him.